Okay, so what I've got is a couple of devices I wanted to show you. I've got the OBD11. This is a OBD2 device that plugs into the car. You get a bag with it, and it's got the address on it that you need to connect to. So yeah, you have to register, and then obviously you can connect and log into the device. So yeah, that's the OBD11. This one here is one I've just purchased. It's a VdubDiag by Albion-Shire Diagnostics. Must admit, contacted these when I purchased it, got lovely friendly emails and feedback, answers as soon as the guy possibly could. Absolutely brilliant. What you do with this one is you've got an app there that you can download for iOS on Apple or an Android phone. You get the serial number. Quite a nice box, and as you can see it says unlimited edition. So what I'll do quickly is I'll actually show you the cover. Nice, quite nice. It's plastic. There's the device. This is cardboard, but it's quite a nice device. Not really much on it to see as such, but what I'll do is I'll plug it in and plug it into my car and actually let you see. Now there's an OBD port up here, which so you can't really see very well. It's actually in there. So what I'll do is plug it in. As you can see, it lights up. There we go. Ignition on. And I'll just show you the app on the phone. Okay, so I've unlocked my phone. The app for this is VdubDiag, FVAG. So quite a nice interface, quite basic but simplistic, and I think it's actually quite user friendly. So I'm actually connected already by the looks of it. So like I say, you can go into the go back, select your car, which this is an Audi. So what I'll do is I'll actually continue this with a video using a recorder on the phone, because it's a lot better than me doing this, a lot clearer for you and hopefully easier for you to understand. Okay, we'll start the VdubDiag. The software that uses is this FVAG. It's simple enough to use, not as glorified GUI as the OBD11, but still plenty of features, still a good tool. So we've got the settings, we've got the units where you can change to metric imperial updates, so you can actually look for updates. There was an update a few months back, as you can see by the green Bluetooth icon on the top right. It's already connected, so that's good. Otherwise you just connect in here, and there is a Wi-Fi functionality which I have connected, but I couldn't get it to work, so I'm assuming this is for a future update. But it's a nice feature to have. It could be potentially better for laptops and things like that. So anyway, we'll come out of that. Languages. So what you do is you come out of that, and I'm scanning, and I'll just go through this information, version information, data playback. This is where it records whatever you've checked on the car, a bit like the OBD11 does. So you can actually save that and email that in the same sort of format. Here's a manual for the actual software. So explains how to use it, so that's quite handy. So what we do is we'll do a test the same. Mine's an Audi, so you can do an automatic or a manual. So let's try and read the VIN. There we go, we found my VIN, so we can OK that. Then you can actually pick what car it is. So we can do a diagnosis on the, let's try this, see what it comes up with. I say this is a new device for me, so every day's a school day. Here we go, so we've got the devices. So I'm going to communicate with the engine. What I'll probably do is simulate the same fault. Let's give that a moment. ECU information, that's quite good. Read fault codes. Okay, no fault codes as we know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate that fault again. Right, so we've disconnected the air mass again. So let's just do faults again. So we'll go to engine. Should have probably stayed in this control module. But, okay, so let's see what we've got. And there we go, we've got a fault, and it's given us the fault code on the left hand side. So what you can do is it'll actually save this for you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug that back in again and clear the fault. There we go, so that's back on again. There you go, this is about saving the data, which I'm not too interested at the moment about that. What I want to do is clear the fault. So let's do a read the fault code again. There we go. There we go. Clear the DTC, so we should have no fault. So there we go. So it's done the same sort of thing. While I'm in here, I'm just going to do the same features as I did with the OBD11. So the main benefit with this, which I've probably mentioned 1,000 times, is the fact that it's got unlimited edition, so you can actually use it without any restrictions as far as credits and extra cost and things like that. So let's go to live data. This is where you can add things that you want to add. As you can see, it's actually pulling up information there on the devices. I like this because it seems to have more allow you to actually select more, whereas the other one limits you to so many. And you can save the data. Look, you can actually save the results. So what I'm going to actually do is now, we've gone through that, so the other thing I could do is actuator test. So let's see if we can do same sort of thing again, which was the fuel pump. So let's give that a go. So yep, that seemed to work okay. And go back and we'll do the fans, if I can see them. Coolant fan actuator. So let's give that one a go, see if that works. Yeah. So there's quite a lot of options on this. Also has the options to do a service reset, as you can see. Look, so you can select the car. I don't want to go through it because I've done it not so long ago. Vehicle information as we selected, diagnosis, which is what we was in, so you can select your control module. So yeah, it looks quite a useful tool. I say I'm still I've not done too much with it, so I'll say you'd have to be a bit patient with it. I say there is a guide as well, which I suppose I should look typical bloke, you don't. So let's see what we can actually get. So we've done coding. Let's see coding. There we go. So you can actually code with it as well, like you can with the other two, with the OBD11 and the VCDs. So what I was actually looking for is adaption. Here we go, injector. So if I click on the injector, it's actually read the injector code. Look, and you can rewrite the new code. So that's quite an handy option. You can do that with the OBD11 and definitely the VCDF. I used it myself on that. So yeah, you have to put in the access code and things like that. Like I say, but you find them on the internet. But yeah, it seems to be quite an handy tool. Like I say, the benefits of these are that you can actually not worry about you having your, a USB cable dangling about. I mean, there is a VCDS now where you don't have a cable. It connects through Wi-Fi, I believe, which is handy. But compared to this, you're looking at what I think it's about £79, something like that. Probably a bit less if you get a deal. It seems a good tool. I'm impressed. Actually, we look forward to using this. So yeah, that's it from me. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the VCDS plugged into the OBD. I'm just going to plug this into my laptop through a USB port. So the software is already installed on this, which I'll fire up. Here we go, we've got the VCDS up and running. So the lead's plugged in. What I'll do is I'll do it through the screen recorder now, so you can actually get a better image of what I'm doing. So this is the VCDS app open from the shortcut on the desktop. I'll say what you do is you go through here. You have to test the OBD device. You can alter some of the size of the screen, which I did. The window size looked to 18 because it was just too small. I couldn't see it. Wasn't easy on the eyes. So yeah, what you do is you go to this, similar to what I did with the Bluetooth stuff. So yeah, connect that, save. Then we can actually do an auto scan, as you can see, which will scan all the devices, similar to what the other devices do, the mobile phone devices. I just want to do a quick, what's it on this? So it's pulling up the engine details. So I'll just run through the fault codes to see if we've got a fault code. No faults, which is good. So we can go with that. And then we can go to the output tests, fuel pump electrics. So I'm not sure you'll hear this, but I'll just do a start on that. So the fuel pump's running. Stop. We can select others. Say they're all very similar for things like that. I'll do the fan again like I did with the others. I'm not sure whether you'll hear it. Sure if you can hear that, but say these are great for purging fuel through when you've done fuel pump changes, injector changes and things like that. Say there's exactly the same things as is on the other devices. I'm not going to badmouth VCDS. It's great, it does the job. Very expensive. Like I say, and it's limited to how many VINs you can use and things like that. You just Google and you'll find, going to Rostec, you'll see what the things are. They have got a great information page where you can actually pull up things, and there is a lot around VCDS. Some of the actual settings that you need and adaptions and that, you'll need security access, so you have to put a code in here. It tends to try and tell you what the code is. Sometimes Googling will solve it, but so I've coded injectors with it, and it's a great device. So that's pretty well it with VCDS to give you a comparison. So I'll just stop that. This is the VD11. I'll just show you so you can actually see what that one's like as well. They all light up and flash when they're in use. As you can see, that's plugged in. So I'll just unplug it just to show you that. I'll say in conclusion, they're all good. The VCDs is good. The VdubDiag, like I say, it's new. I've not really spent much time with that, but I'm impressed with it, and especially with the unlimited edition. OBD 11, great device, nice GUI. I think you're sort of limited to how many devices. If you're doing some live data, you're limited to how much live data you can do. The same with the VCDs. I noticed you can only pick so many items. I've not noticed that on this OBD11. Sorry, the VdubDiag. But like I say, I'm relatively new to this one. But first glance and using it, it's impressive. So yeah, I'm going to just quickly do a VCDs one, so you can actually see that, and then the same again, I'll record that on the laptop through some software. The other option is to get a Rostec device. So these are great VCDs, they are good, but you've got the issue of needing a laptop. So if you're on the road, it's a bit of a no-no, but I will briefly run through that and give you an idea. But I have had issues with that not working all the time, depending on the car. So it's a bit of a hit and miss, but yeah, they are good, and they're the one that people tend to prefer. There is some clone devices about. I don't want to comment too much on them, but the prices of these, I think this was about £79, and like I say, it's unlimited. These are, I think they're about 300 now, and you get something like 3 VINs. 10 VINs is more again, unlimited VINs, and you're looking at through best part of £320, I think, maybe £400. And then they also do a wireless device that works on that as well. This OBD, this is the old one. There's a newer one now. I don't think there's much more to gain from it. You have to pay for units for coding and servicing and things like that. Sorry, that's not for that. This is the OBD11. But they are a good device. I must admit, it's worked with everything I've had, so I can't fault the device as far as fault finding and things like that, and it doesn't use any units for that. Like I say, if you're doing any coding, servicing, service resets, it does take points off you, which I'll cover on the video when I actually get to the phone. So I'll quickly just unlock my phone and show you the app on my phone, and then the same as I did with the other one, what I'll do is I will continue with the phone recording app. So OBD11 is there. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll continue with that on the phone itself recorded, because it's a lot clearer for you, easier to understand. So as you can see, it's just scanning the last few devices. What does it took? Best part of 6-7 minutes. This is because it's a car with lots of modules on it. So no faults found, that's quite good. But if I just go to here, I want to try and create a fault just to show you. So what I'm going to do is disconnect the air mass sensor. There we go. Hopefully if I refresh it, it should find that there's a fault. There we go, air mass sensor. So if you click on that, it'll tell you the P0 code, which you can see there, or you can actually click on the actual Google, I think it is, or and it will take you to the website to look for issues with that fault, which is quite an handy feature. What I'm going to do is plug that back on and clear the fault. So what I'm going to do is clear the fault by holding down the bin key. Fault, let's see the fault. There we go. It's gone, which is great. So yeah, so that's the fault. So I'll just do a basic output test with it just to show you. This is a fuel pump, so we'll do a start on that. Hopefully you can hear it. There we go. And I'll do the fan control. So here we go. So that's both them done. There's quite a few nice features with this as far as what you can do with it. You can do some retrofits and things like that with it, like if you've got a cruise control that you wanted to add to the car, providing the ECU and the wiring's there, it's not too bad a job. You just have to put in a code to activate that, and this offers the feature of you paying for credits, which will allow you to do things like code, clear the service lights and things like that. And what you have to do is you have to buy the credits from the site, or you used to be able to go to websites that are advertising and they give you a credit a day. I'm not so sure whether that feature is still available. So yeah, this is pretty much what this does. If I just come out of that, and what I can do is show you the fact that what you can do is so you can actually email. So if you get faults on it, you can email. Sorry, I'm just going to load all the control units, which is just doing a refresh, which is not really what I wanted to do. Here we go, we're back again. So what you can actually do is you can email the report. All it does is use your default app. There's your credits on the bottom right. I've got 41 credits. You get so many with the Pro. I think that's the only difference between the Pro. Then again, I could be wrong. So if I just go back out of this a minute, as you can see, there's an email function at the top. Look on the top right, which will email you the results. You get to, I don't know why I seem to keep doing this. I think it's because you have to go to the main. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just fire that up again. I seem to have lost my bearing on this. If you click on that, you've got garage. The garage will have all the cars that you've scanned, and it keeps a history of the scans you've got and the faults you've had, so you can actually go back and look at what they were, which I find is quite a useful thing. It's not a bad tool, to be honest with you, and the benefits of these is the fact that you can you've got no wire to the car. The OBD is Bluetooth, so that's great. You've got an option, as you can see here, retrofit. You can adjust things, go into the workshop and things like that, where you can actually do the servicing. But like I say, it takes your credits away. Here you go. I think there's a thing to code your battery and stuff like that. So I say it's quite a useful tool. You've got the output tests of these devices as well. So if I quickly try and go into, where is it? I go to control unit, engine, and then we can do a live data. So you can do things like voltage and things like that, how much fuel's left in the tank. I'll just do an engine speed because we know it's not running, just to show you. It's not available, it's offline, it says. So that's because it's not actually moving. So let's see if I can find something else that I can quickly do. Air mass. Okay, it's because I think it's because I've dropped the connection to the device. So I'll have to. I'll just close that again and connect, just to show you that. There we go. So connect to the OBD11. So if you don't scan the control units, it can save you a lot of time, because it is a time-consuming thing. Like I say, depending on how many modules you've got on your car. So I'm thinking I might have selected the wrong Bluetooth device, and that's why it's struggling. So yeah, let's try again. Connect. OBD11. These are great for when you're out and about. I say I've done a lot of driving up and down the country, and they're brilliant. If you get faults, you can actually identify them and order parts while you're out and about, ready for when you get home to fix it. Or clear faults like limp mode may get home before the fault shows again, depending on what it is. I'm just going to connect to the engine and just run through and show you some of the output tests, which we've already done. So we want live data. So here we go. So if I go to, let's go to vehicle speed, we'll add that, throttle position, oxygen, just to see what we get. There you go, you can see it's displaying that. So quite useful depending on what you're actually checking. You can find issues with things like ABS sensors and stuff like that. So yeah, that's OBD11 in a nutshell. Great device, nice GUI. The only drawback is you have to pay for the credits. So that's the only drawback with it. So next one I'll do is the VdubDiag. So in conclusion, you've got the mobile, and you've got your laptop and your VCDs or ODIS. So yeah, you've got to work out, I suppose, the cost. And like I say, this is the only one, the VdubDiag, which is unlimited. This one you buy points as you use points. There used to be some advertising where you could gain a point every time you visited a site once a day or something like that, I think it was. You need your phone, the same as you do with this one. VCDs, you charge by the VIN, so every time you connect it to a VIN, depending on what you've got, 3 VINs, 10 VINs, unlimited VINs, like I say, go on the Rostec website. So yeah, so it depends what you want. This one's got a lovely GUI, so that's nice. This one's got a basic GUI, but I'm not going to take it away from it. It does work well, and it's quick. VCDs has always been the pinnacle, other than ODIS, which, like I say, VW use. I have got a VAS lead, an ODIS. I'm not going to go through it because, like I say, it's overcomplicated. And it's not really for somebody that just tinkers with cars or even a semi-pro. These have got the advantage of if you're out and about, you can clear faults, find faults, get you out of limp mode, providing the fault's not consistent. So yeah, so they're great. This one, like I say, brilliant. Been around for years. Does update quite a lot. As you know, I noticed earlier when I hadn't got the ignition on and I tried to run it, it sort of froze and come up with errors, so I had to restart the application with the lead plugged in and the ignition on, but that's user error. These two, the OBD11 and the VdubDiag, I say they're easy to use on the phone, so you've got them with you, no extra equipment, you know what I mean, you can be out and about and just use it. So that's the pros and the cons. Sorry I didn't have much chance to go through things like injector coding and stuff like that, but I know VCDs is well capable of it, and I'm sure these two devices are as well. The only thing I will say is, if you are using these devices, just be careful with battery power and things like that. The last thing you want to be doing is coding a car, your phone battery go dead, your laptop battery go dead, or the vehicle battery go dead. So I hope this helps anybody that's looking for a device. I may do something a bit more comprehensive at some point when I get a proper fault on a car I can run through, just to explain as I go through how to fault find. But anyway, hope this helps people, and see you soon.